Buddy, this is the MOBC, my own boxing community. Well, y'all know I got to talk about it. If you saw the thumbnail, you already know what I'm talking about. The one thing that I don't understand about these fighters today, and especially with the way young people are raised today, right? And let me just say something real quick for this intro, okay? This is just the intro. And this has nothing to do with boxing. And I don't even like to talk about this stuff on my page. I like to keep it either about training or about boxing, right? I don't want to go political. I don't like to do the political talk, none of that stuff, right? Right. But I want to say one thing, right? Sugar Ray Robinson comes from an era where racism was still going on, white only water fountains, white only restrooms. You know, the N word at the time wasn't used as a term of endearment or whatever, right? And it's a level of respect, right? As like I said, I made a video on Floyd Mayweather because he disrespect Muhammad Ali, right? And Floyd Mayweather wouldn't disrespect a non-black fighter, right? But it's easy to attack your own kind, right? And Shakur Steveson, I don't use the N-word, describing Ray Robinson using the N-word, the guy interviewing him using the N-word. I just really wish one day a lot of you younger people will really do your research and see the significance of that word and the beginning of where that word came from, and educate yourself. And maybe one day you wouldn't use that word, I have no problem with anyone using that word. If you want to use that word, so be it. Here at the MOBC and in my real life, I don't use the N word. Now let's get to the sport of boxing. Shakur Stevenson is a clown. I mean, there is no other way for me to describe it, right? Now, I know he made this apology, said he was playing. The only reason why you was playing it is because you got ripped to shreds in the comment section, right? And I'm pretty sure, there's going to be other YouTubers making videos about you. There may be professional boxers talking about you, right? But this is a, he said boxing has evolved, right? Well, if boxing has evolved, then why don't you have a record like Sugar Ray Robinson? If boxing has evolved, why in the 23 professional fights, why don't you have a Hall of Famer, potential future Hall of Famer, on your resume yet? I would like to know. Salute Bruce Gas. I would like to know. Sugar Ray Robinson, okay? Sugar Ray Robinson is a straight up legend, all right? Straight up legend, okay? He is possibly pound for pound greatest of all time to many boxing scholars out there, to many boxing fans, all right? I have no problem with anyone putting Sugar Ray Robinson at number one. Whoever your number one is, your number top five, whatever, that's your list. It's all subjective, right? But for the most part, Sugar Ray Robinson is in pretty much mostly everyone's, a lot of people's number one, right? Pound for pound. The term pound for pound was created for Sugar Ray Robinson. That's where the term come from. Now, I've seen stories out there where I think they might have said Sam Langford was described as pound for pound. I don't know if there's any truth behind that. I'd have to ask some of my fellow YouTubing brothers out there, the boxing historians out there. But for the most part, it's always been Sugar Ray Robinson as, you know, described as pound for pound, right? And it was only at the time, only Sugar Ray Robinson, right? And then throughout the years, like today, they'll have 10 different fighters on the pound for pound list. Salute 86 Boxing. Y'all subscribe to 86 Boxing, another great channel out there. Y'all also subscribe to Bruce Gas, another great channel out there. Y'all subscribe. Sugar Ray Robinson has more professional fights, right? More knockouts than Shakur Steveson has professional fights and amateur fights. Shakur Steveson has 140 amateur fights, okay? Sugar Ray Robinson had 174 professional fights. I mean, there's no comparison. You know, I hear this all the time that, but I talked about it before, right? In my opinion, and I'll say it again, the only difference today is modern day training, modern day supplements, okay? Better TV screens to watch, all right? Updated workout equipment, updated supplements. But you put a fighter today in the ring with the fighters of the past, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to last, okay? Now, you described Ray Robinson as only throwing hooks and don't know how to hold his hand or hold his hands up or something silly like that. Shakur Steveson, you wouldn't last 5 rounds with Carmen Basilio, okay? You wouldn't last 5 rounds with Gene Fullmer, okay? The way you ran up and down the ring, okay, versus De Los Santos, don't sit there and tell me that you would fight toe-to-toe with Jake LaMotta. You would not fight no toe-to-toe with Jake LaMotta, okay? You think that Oscar Valdez is a pressure fighter. You think that Zepeda is a pressure fighter. How about fighting somebody like Carmen Basilio with a busted eye, swollen, cut open, still coming forward, still throwing punches and bunches? Don't play with me. While Zepeda was sucking for air when they switched from a 10-round fight to a 12-round fight with Tevin Farmer. And you sitting there trying to tell me that boxing has evolved. When we watch Tevin Farmer fighting with one hand against your next opponent, who was a pressure fighter, gassing after 8 rounds. The punch output got lesser after 8 rounds. That don't happen with Carmen Basilio. That don't happen with Jake LaMotta. Fighters like Rocky Graciano. There's a whole bunch of... See, you guys go wide. See, this is the thing about fighters today, right? You guys, if we fought back then, we would be bigger and we would be heavier. No, you wouldn't. It would be same-day weigh-ins for you back then. Not to mention, you're not going to have the A side. You're not going to get to pick your referee. You're not going to get to pick your judges. You're not going to get to pick your venue. And guess what? You might fight at a venue where your family members aren't allowed to watch you fight. Don't make me go there. Don't make me go there. You're not going to have an entourage. Okay? You boxers today get a little all upset and uptight because of little comments, little tweets, little 2-3 minute video by a YouTuber. Ain't no way y'all gonna last sitting there where you guys gotta fight in the venue and you don't see not one of your brothers in the front, not one of your friends in the front. It's just an all-white audience and they might not be cheering for you. And you better score a knockout because you might not get the nod. And you might not last with those little brittle hands that you got in 23 fights and 11 KOs. You supposed to be this big, devastating puncher. Stop with the nonsense, please. When was the last time you knocked somebody out going backwards? When was the last time you went from 135 to middleweight? Oh, I forgot. You didn't. Huh? If you fought back then, you would probably be a welterweight. And I'm supposed to think that with those brittle hands, you could beat Kid Gavilan? Get out of here with that nonsense. Fight 15 rounds? Come on, man. Stop playing with me. Salute Rodolfo Rivera, man. Salute, salute, salute. Salute Blood Boxing, man. Y'all subscribe to Retro Boxing and Documentaries, man. Shakur would have had to fight welterweight Robinson prime for prime, and he would get knocked out. He would get knocked out. Thanks, Bruce. I'm tired of these guys not getting. Y'all subscribe to Blood Boxing, Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Actually, he just posted a video which inspired me to make this video. So y'all go after this. Y'all go back and watch Retro Boxing's latest video on it. Short and sweet. Sugar Ray, the footage that we're looking at, okay, for Sugar Ray Robinson, he's not at his best. He's not even in his prime. And he's still a dangerous middleweight. Still a dangerous middleweight. Okay? We're looking at Shakur in his prime. And you ran for 12 rounds and set a record of not throwing any punches. Meanwhile, Sugar Ray Robinson is trying to capture greatness at light heavyweight in a weight class he don't belong in, winning the fight, and because of heat exhaustion, he passed out, and that's his only stoppage. All you guys out there, all of you new boxing fans out there, and a lot of you boxers too, y'all need to do y'all research. Because I see it. You guys try to, if Cesar Chavez, look at the way he just moves forward. Look at just the way he moves forward. You could go back to my videos. I have a boxing video. It's called The Boxer is Overrated. And throughout history, a very good pressure fighter has beaten great boxers. Period. You guys talk about, we would have been bigger and stronger. In the same day when you wouldn't be bigger. You wouldn't be bigger than Kid Gavilan. You wouldn't be bigger than Carmen Basilio. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. If you fought back then, you would have to be a welterweight. Let's keep it a buck. You would be a welterweight. And I'm putting you against Emil Griffith. You getting jabbed to death. You can't run around that league. Oh, let's not to mention, they don't have therapeutic gloves like they do today. They don't have the medication like they do today back then. You would get eat up. They would eat y'all alive over there back then. Because back then, the trainers back then, they weren't coaches. Today we have coaches. Back then there was trainers teaching people how to box. I could imagine the booze and the blood. Yeah, straight up. I could imagine that. You guys are hitting mitts. Those guys down there, they trained, they sparred, They fought frequently. Today, I got a fight. You can listen, and I'm guilty of saying it too. All right, when a fighter fights 3 times in a year, we say he's active. We say, oh my God, he fought 3 times. He's an active fighter. Yeah, today's standards, that's an active fighter. Meanwhile, Sugar Ray Robinson fought 3 times in a 6-week span. When he lost his title to Jake LaMotta, fought again 3 weeks later, and then fought Jake LaMotta again in a rematch. While you guys are fighting in August, and then you'll fight again the following year in September. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. How about this? You might fight in a time where wherever the venue is, guess what? The referee might be one of the judges. You might fight in a time where you guys are going to do y'all weigh-in at the ring. Right there at the ring, minutes before the fight. So that means you can't rehydrate. So you would be drained. Fighting Benny Leonard at 130. You'll be drained. So how are you going to fight if you're drained? That's why they have rehydration today. So you guys can be healthy. And it's not even 24 hours anymore. Now it's 36 hours. It's not even 24 hours anymore. It's 36 hours. You guys are weighing even more. So, I mean, technically, some of you guys like Boots, Ennis, like Haney, Ryan Garcia, these guys will be middleweights. So I'm going to put Devin Haney and Boots and Brian Norman. I'll put these guys against Dick Tiger. Huh? Which one of these two? I'll put Oscar Valdez, Mr. Pressure Fighter. Oh, he's a pressure fighter. He's this pressure fighter. I'll put him against Sandy Sandler. What's going to happen when the pressure is getting on him now? Sitting there telling me that boxing has devolved. Evolved. Boxing has devolved. Straight up. We got trainers in the corner, can't even give proper instructions. Go watch how these guys give instructions to a fighter compared to Georgie Benton. When he was predicting, he was telling Meldrick Taylor exactly what's happening. The instructions that he gave Pernell Whitaker, Emmanuel Stewart, these guys give instructions. Today, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing good. Keep doing what you're doing. What is he doing? Running around in circles. You ran around in circles just because De Los Santos got that little knockout against Rayo. And you ran. Meanwhile, Sugar Ray Robinson was going against killers. Killers. Don't ever disrespect Robinson. Straight up. I'm going to check out your vid on that topic. Hey, what's up, Mr. Boxing Today, man? Salute, man. Yo, man, Mr. Boxing Today, man. Salute. I can't believe he said audio was on YouTube. Yeah, listen, these guys, and listen, again, I don't use the N-word, all right? I don't have a problem with people using the N-word. But when these guys, when they're in these interviews, they shouldn't use the N-word, especially describing Ray Robinson. In the time where racism was going on. In the time where you know, some boxers couldn't even bring their families to the fight. You couldn't even, no entourage. You and your trainer. I mean, these guys couldn't last. These guys couldn't last back then. It's bigger than just stepping in the ring. What about what's going on around there? A million people booing you. Thousands of people booing you. No YouTubers bigging you up. No fanboys. There's no fanboys. You think these little comments hurt you? These little comment section, these YouTubes hurt. Imagine when you do bad back then, and there's an articles. The boxing writers will write an article about you and tell you how bad you was, and the whole world sees it. You guys are lucky that there's MMA and bare knuckle and all these other fighting organizations. Because if it was just boxing, even more people would see what a joke boxing has become. Straight up. These new age, Mr. Boxing Today says, these new age athletes are a trip, man. I'm seeing a lot of Kobe slander, from the hoops world, and now Robinson was bums. My two favorite sports in history is being rewritten by idiots. Dude, 100% facts. 100% facts. I mean, why disrespect Kobe? For what? For what? For what? For a guy who LeBron with a receding hairline at 31? Tell me why. Because he's juiced to the gills. Allegedly. Disrespecting it. There's only one Kobe, just like there's only one Ray Robinson. You think if Shakur Steveson is to lose to Zepeda, that he's gonna have a tune-up 3 weeks later and then fight Zepeda again? No, he wouldn't do that. You know what he's gonna do if he loses to Zepeda? He's gonna cry like he did when in the amateurs. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna cry. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. I'm going to go back to the drawing board. I don't know what happened. Oh, I don't know what happened. Let me go talk to my homeboys. Oh, let me go talk to Berlanga. Someone console me. Boxing is a joke. Straight up. Back then, you have to fight back then. Guess what? There is no, oh, I don't like the way that contract looked. Oh, I'm asking for more money. I'm so bougie. I'm so bougie that I need to ask more money so I could buy me a new watch and a new car. I don't like that contract. No, whatever contract it was back then, that's what it was. There is no, I'm the A side and B side. Okay? There is no, I'm going to get some tailor-made shoes like Devin Haney looking stupid out there with those dumb Timberland shoes, having to tape it up because it got untangled. Why did he get untangled? Because he was running. Stop playing with me. Shakur called his grandfather that, bro. It's wild, man. It's wild. What you ain't no job. Imagine retro boxing. Dr. Blood says, imagine Steveson after 30 or 40, 1950s fights. He would be busted up, man. He's not built for that era. Being tough and durable is part of the sport. Oh, definitely. I say the same thing about Floyd. If Floyd back then, there is no xyloclane shots back then. These guys, man, these guys get a cut and they're in their court. They're panicking. They panic. These guys get a little nosebleed. They panic. Back then, they fought with there is no special gloves. And guess what? You might fight at a venue where they didn't properly check. And now you're fighting a guy with loaded gloves. Now you're fighting a guy who may have removed the padding. You might be fighting in a fight where the judges is paid off or the referee is paid off. Who knows? You better score a knockout. And we all know that might not happen, especially if you're fighting. If Sugar Ray Robinson could knock out no Dan Carmen Basilio. What makes you think we supposed to believe that you can? When you sat there and ran around the ring against De Los Santos, you put De Los Santos in it. Cesar Chavez wouldn't have ran from no De Los Santos. Oh no, he wouldn't. Pernell Whitaker wouldn't have ran from no De Los Santos. De Los Santos would have been swinging that air, getting pieced up by Pernell Whitaker. De Los Santos would have got schooled and humiliated if he fought Willie Pep. Don't play with me, please. We're not going to do that. Ray would destroy Santos inside 2 rounds. See, the difference, the main difference between now and back then is same day weigh-ins. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. Because you had to fight close to your weight. And we're talking about a lot of these fighters had full-time jobs. And not just office jobs. These guys had hard labor jobs. Working in the fields. Why you think people like Ernie Shavers is so strong? He worked in the damn fields. Huh? What boxer today is chopping down trees? Oh, you guys are, doing battle ropes and you're doing CrossFit. You're standing around doing military press. I'm going to do military press. This is going to get me strong. And then I'm going to do some deadlifts. Deadlifts is going to get me strong. Yeah. Those guys were stronger than you guys today. Because let me tell you, if it was same day weigh-in, I'm going to pick one fighter, right? Okay, I'll pick. If Sandy Sandler fought today and he got to rehydrate when he was fighting at featherweight, he's going to beat Tommy Hearns at featherweight. Straight up. If there was freaking same day, with these fighters get to rehydrate, imagine, just hear me out. Imagine, all right? Imagine if what's his name? One of my favorite fighters. Imagine if Ezra Charles fought at 175, right? Get to rehydrate. He's going to weigh about 190 something because he was already big in same day weigh-ins. What are we talking about here? This is ridiculous. And listen, fighters today, they can't compare. Listen, I don't like to compare errors. You only can fight who's there, right? You only can fight who's there, all right? You only can fight who's there. So we're going to look and see who's there, okay? Because we know who was there, okay? We know who was there when Sugar Ray Robinson fought. Carmen Basilio, Henry Armstrong, right? Jake LaMotta, right? We Hall of Famers. That's who was there. But we can look and see who's there. Let's take a dive in Shakur Stevenson's resume. Let's see if there's any future Hall of Famers on here. Shishuri Yoshino. Is he going to be a Hall of Famer? Absolutely not. Edwin De Los Santos. Is he going to be a Hall of Famer? Absolutely not. Oscar Valdez is probably the best guy on his resume who popped dirty before. Is he going to be a Hall of Famer? Absolutely not. Okay? Artem Harutyunyan. I can't even pronounce this guy's name. Oh, let's see. Let's look at this fighter that Artem, I forgot his name. I can't even pronounce this guy's name. But this guy had 11 professional fights. He had 11 professional fights when Shakur Steveson fought him. He's not going in the Hall of Fame. Okay? Josh Padley was 15 and 0 when who was a late replacement, who still had a day job. He had 15 professional fights. Put him in the ring. Okay? We'll put Josh Padley in the ring because remember, these guys rehydrate at a higher weight, so I could put whoever I want in there, right? Right? So we're going to put Josh Padley, okay, in the ring with Rocky Graciano. He's getting beat the hell up. Excuse my language. He's getting beat the heck up. All right? It does, but there's always say dumb stuff like they say the fighters are bigger now. What does that have to do with the weight class? Salute, Charles D. Tank is the biggest name at 135. Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing about the weight. They always talk about the weight. And I always say this. If so this is what they do. This is so stupid, right? This is what they do. They'll say if Sugar Ray Robinson fought today, Spence is going to outweigh him because of the rehydration. So you mean to tell me you want to put Sugar Ray Robinson in the most uncomfortable position? No. If Sugar Ray Robinson fought today, he get to rehydrate too. But since we want to go there, do we think Spence, who went 12 rounds with fat, out of shape Mikey Garcia, is going to be able to beat Jake LaMotta? Really? The same guy who got his mouthpiece knocked down and he was looking around, took a timeout in the middle of a fight? Don't play with me. And we don't even want to talk about the situation with Sugar Ray Robinson when unfortunately someone had passed on in the fight. He had a dream and he didn't want to fight. He wanted to call the fight off because he had a dream that he killed the guy, and that's what happened. Do not play with me. We're talking about a dangerous fighter who can hit you with both hands, coming forward and going backwards, throwing combinations. You could look at the old footage. How many fighters today is throwing triple hooks, quadruple hooks to the body, quadruple hooks up top? You can't even get a fighter today to do a damn double jab. And you guys train for it. You can't even get a fighter to do a dang double jab, triple jab. Fighting Harada was in there throwing quadruple jabs, 4, 5, 6 jabs in a row. And you guys today, you guys neglected the jab. Pressure fighters back then, a lot of the times they started off with the jab. Nowadays, they're just coming forward. They're punching bags. They call athletes of the past plumbers because they had side jobs. These new age athletes as podcasters on the side. Yeah, these new age athletes, not only podcasters, but they're babies. They get a check, they get taken care of, right? I mean, they get bonuses. They get all that. They're so privileged. While fighters back then, you had to fight to get paid. Nowadays, they get paid so much money, I don't need to fight, right? I don't need to fight. What do you offer? You don't bring anything to the table. And then we see YouTubers talking about it. Oh, I don't think Tank should fight this guy. He doesn't bring anything to the table. It's not good for his pockets. It's bad for business. I don't care what they're making. But a lot of you YouTubers do. And it has to be in their time, since boxing has evolved, they should have had an easy time fighting in 1905. Oh, they wouldn't oh man, listen, if we're going to go further back, they're not going to last in the early 1900s. Okay? They're not going to last. These guys can't, come on. No, they're not going to last. We're talking about fights that went past 15 rounds. These guys are sucking air after 8 rounds. We're talking about fighters who had full-time jobs, smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, and still having the stamina to fight. Broken noses. You could look at the fighters' faces back then. They look like fighters back then. Shakur Steveson looked like he's going to model for H&M. That's not a fighter's face. If he fought back in the 1900s, he wouldn't last. He wouldn't last. He don't want to get his little pretty face busted up. And it has to be, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. That's what I'm saying. Boxing did not, I'm sorry to tell you, Shakur, but your resume isn't that great, okay? And please, let's not talk about Terrence Crawford, all right? You want to put Ray Robinson would beat Terrence Crawford, okay? Ray Robinson took a long break after welterweight, came back in his 30s fighting at middleweight, knocking guys off. The first time you moved up past 47 against a guy with 10 professional fights, you looked normal. But you're in your 30s. 30s today is supposed to be better than 30s back then. Better nutrition, better training. You were in the snack program. There was no snack program back then. I'm sorry, but I don't think Terrence Crawford, okay, who had to fight off the back foot against Victor Postol, is supposed to go in there and just run through Carmen Basilio just because he could switch from right to left. Nah. Jeff Horn ain't no Carmen Basilio. Okay? Amir Khan, Kell Brook. We're not going to even go there with that resume at welterweight. Your undisputed run at 140 and 147. I don't want to do it. He got the accolades. Good. But don't sit there and tell me, oh, he won undisputed in the 4-belt era, but he didn't fight 4 champions, did he? Name the 4 champions that he fought at 147. Boxing has become a joke. Straight up. Anyway, y'all, this is the MOBC, my own boxing community. Salute to everybody for stopping by. Boxing has not evolved. It has devolved. Period.